It's episode 8, so you know what that means. The Walking Dead wraps up its fall lineup with the mid-season finale before it returns, I believe, in February or March, one of those months, for its remaining 8 episodes, because they just have to have 16 episodes in every season. And because of that, we have to suffer through the trials and tribulations of having episodes that are here and there, and then episodes that are like, oh my god, really awesome, really full of death, but at the same time, cool action scenes and stuff that actually happens. And I feel like the mid-season finale for Season 7, entitled Heart Still Beating, was an amalgamation of the two. I feel like the first half of the episode almost started being written by the writers like a traditional Walking Dead episode, and then about halfway, 2/3 of the way through, they're like, tick, 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 computer. Oh shit. Dude, what's up, fam? This is episode 8. You know what that means, right? Well, what is it? Oh shit, it's the mid-season finale. Yo, we're gonna do something big. What do we do? Kill somebody off. Yeah, but who? We already killed off like 2 big people in the premiere. You know, I saw some YouTube comments saying that people are not liking that Spencer kid. Oh, so, okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and kill off Spencer, sure. We'll throw in some guts, too. Of course, it's gonna be Negan. It's gotta be Negan. But, I mean, yeah. But it's just one death. I think we could do better than that. Some people were irritated that Negan did not kill off that lady from a few episodes back. He didn't go through with his promise. Olivia. Right. Okay, let's just throw it in there. Boom! Mid-season finale. They thought that we were just writing this on the fly. Yep, those are my overall thoughts. I mean, there's no other blatant way to put it, because the first half was literally just build up, along with certain things that just kind of fizzled out. Michonne and her little trek to try to kill Negan, only to find out that it's like a bunch of guys. She's like, I'm gonna kill Negan. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna fight and end it my way. Oh shit. Okay, no, back up. I'm a regular. I want to be in more episodes. Back up. Maggie's pigging the fuck out because she's pregnant, while at the same time Sasha makes it clear that, yeah, she wants to kill Negan. And then Rick and Aaron get the supplies, and they throw in a couple of scares with Aaron that did kind of get me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm like, no, they wouldn't do Aaron this way, at least not just yet. But at the same time, Aaron, why would you take that little paper drawing? I mean, it was cute and amusing, you find it funny, you had a little quip with it, but why did you have to bring that back to the Saviors? You know that they could get triggered at any moment, and it almost seemed like they had a little Batman versus Superman situation there, where if Aaron would have spoken a little bit more clearly, like, hey, I found that over there, we didn't do this. He just said, we didn't do this, but he didn't, like, flat out explain it. Now, of course, playing devil's advocate, the Saviors would have been beating him up anyway, because they take pride in that, so that wouldn't have mattered. But Aaron, why did you need to take that picture? I mean, there was almost no reason for there to be that picture, other than to drive home the message as a little bit of symbolism going on, where this is supposed to represent Rick's situation, where no matter how many supplies he brings Negan, it's never going to be enough, and eventually they're just not going to care. Because prior to the episode recognizing that it's a mid-season finale with the deaths that we had at the end of the episode, we had this little conversation between Carol, Morgan, and one of the guards over from the Kingdom, which this is our first time catching up with them since the 2nd episode. Let's just let that sink in there for a second, because going back to that pacing that we're having problems with The Walking Dead, I'm hoping that they fix that in the remaining 8 episodes. But in this little conversation, the dude is trying to convince Ezekiel to fight back first. And initially, that's a terrible idea, because, hey, guess who else tried to do that? Rick, and look how it turned out. But at the same time, that conversation, along with the scene of the dude inside of the little bunker, or the little trailer, just crying out and breaking down, kind of had a little bit of a point after we saw how Rick's deal with Negan wasn't necessarily honored, because even after bringing those things, Negan is still going to kill if he has the incentive to do so. And we get that with that little climax of Spencer trying to betray Rick, which, again, I love that they made Negan very sensical of that. It made sense for him to kill Spencer, because if I was Negan, if I had this, Starscream motherfucker come up to me and be like, yeah, I'll plan it with you to take him out. How do I know that you're not going to take me out later on? If you're planning this with me, how do I know that you're not going to plan this with somebody else? No, you need to be put down. And I knew that was gonna come back to bite Spencer in the ass. And I like that they threw in a little touch of gore with his kill, and I like how clever it got that he didn't get put down in the head, so eventually he did come back, and Rick got the small smallest satisfaction to put him down himself when he had to finish the job and put a knife in his head. But then it turned into the season 7 premiere all over again by having a second person die, and that was Olivia, the person in charge of inventory, which we all thought was gonna get killed by Negan in that episode where he was holding her hostage, but that didn't happen, and now it just does. So that whole thing kind of throwaway, and now out of nowhere, this lady with like the best aim ever, she would be killer as a character in Overwatch, because she just waved the gun and then poof, and Olivia right through the face. I was like, really? Really? She didn't even take aim. She just went like Hanzo. You know, Hanzo just said, I'm playing Overwatch right now, so, and if you couldn't already tell, I'm liking it. But Olivia dies. Why? Because Rosita just had to do her little plan there to finally take out Negan with her bullet, only to be lodged inside of Lucille, which pissed Negan off. I mean, that was the most irritated I've seen Negan since that season 7 premiere. It was like he was shutting that shit down, and it was the thing that I was predicting from the get-go. This plan by Rosita was gonna get somebody killed, whether it be Spencer, Rosita herself, or somebody, and sure enough, it backfired on her. Not only that, but Eugene gets taken hostage by Negan because he knows how to create bullets. And now here we find ourselves in a situation that at first I was like, okay, cool, now Rosita's gonna have to deal with that guilt. But at the same time, guess what? It looks like, oh my god, it almost seems like we're doing the same thing again. Eugene got captured. Guess who else was captured and taken away by Negan at the beginning of the season? Daryl, who escapes in this episode with not a single scratch, no confrontation, and especially no confrontation between him and either Dwight or Sherry. I was expecting it to come, but it looks like they didn't flat out say it, but it looks like Jesus was the one that slipped the key because he knew where to find Daryl at the end there. But even though we don't know it yet, it looks like we might be left with some recycled tropes. Eugene gets taken. He's now the new hostage. Rosita now has this weight on her shoulders of getting somebody killed. Guess who else got that? Daryl, after getting Glenn killed in the season 7 premiere, we're doing that again. That is, if they're gonna go through with it. So on the one hand, I'm like, okay, add that weight to Rosita because this kind of deserves, it's kind of merited because this was her decision to go ahead and shoot that bullet. But at the same time, we've seen it done before. I'll tell you what I really did enjoy though, was the message that was being brought forward by this climax, which again felt like they reminded themselves that it was a mid-season finale, but at the same time, I love that this proved the point across to Rick after everybody telling them to do it for a number of episodes now. He finally gets the message that, yeah, this ain't gonna cut it. This deal that we tried striking, this ain't gonna cut it, which is emulating that conversation with Carol and Morgan with that guy from the kingdom, that this deal is just gonna fall. And now he's demanding more. He already killed a couple of people. It's now time to fight back. We're gonna go ahead and comply for now, but behind the scenes here at the hilltop, after reuniting everybody, which was a very somber and tender moment, especially the hug between Rick and Daryl. That's the moment that got me. That was like, Charlie horse. Along with everybody else reuniting, having the little scenes of two characters kind of smiling at each other, knowing the connection that they developed throughout the season. It was a very heartwarming moment, a very rare moment for The Walking Dead to have, but it was a good note to leave us with after ending the mid-season finale. Like, okay, these characters are gathering together, they're walking very badass in unison there at the end, leading over to the mansion where they're going to plan their strike to finally fight back at Negan and the Saviors, which was a very cool way to wrap up the episode. It's just a shame that it was mostly build-up only for them to kind of become self-aware that, yeah, we have to throw in some deaths. And out of the two deaths, one was coming and felt almost justified because I feel like this character, if he wasn't going to have a complex arc that I was interested in, he had to be put down. Otherwise, he would have become that annoying character that I could have just not had tolerated. So they ended up with a death. Okay, I didn't mind it. I felt like that was right for the character. While the other one felt like a very stupid repercussion out of a very stupid decision that felt very much like an Andrea moment. It was a very Andrea moment for Rosita to pull off. I really liked that last third, but those first 2/3 I was checking my phone more often than I should have. So I'm going to be giving the season 7 mid-season finale a solid 7 out of 10. I really hope that these guys are not writing as they go along. So please let me know in the comments, guys, what did you think of the mid-season Walking Dead finale? Do you think it lived up to the expectations? Do you think that they build everything up to a point that you were satisfied with? I was satisfied with the end goal. I just thought that the journey getting there was just a little rough. And of course, like The Walking Dead always does, especially with their finales, whether they be mid-season or season finales, they always leave us with a little something to keep us wondering, what is that? What is this? What does that mean? And of course, here we have somebody with some very stylish boots hanging around, stalking Rick back over to Alexandria with that little end credit scene. Who is that person? People who read the comics probably know who it is. Probably don't. Who knows? Don't post in the comments, but if you don't know who it is, speculate yourselves out in the comments below. Like and share this video, and of course subscribe for future videos coming very, very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next year for more Walking Dead. Take care.